Hello there, it's Chris Messenger back again with another video, and today I want to talk to you about the idea of perception is projection. And so I get a lot of people that ask me this question a lot, how come I'm getting these certain, relationship problems or business problems? Like I'm doing the gratitude, I'm writing down what I want, but I keep getting like all these different negative things showing up in my life, and I really don't understand why that's happening. And I'm going to give you a story to kind of articulate what you can do to change that whole process of why those things are showing up, and then what you need to do to adjust so that you can overcome those barriers and blockages. Because at the end of the day, as you will see today, everything that shows up in your life is just merely a reflection of what's going on in here and in here. And so the story dates back to a couple months ago. I was actually attending an event where there was this individual who's a good friend of mine, was training a group of salespeople. And in this meeting, he had said to them, what objections do you guys get on a regular basis, like on a regular occurrence? And so people had yelled out all their answers, money and time, and I guess those are the one or two major ones. So he said, all right, put your hand up if you're dealing with a money objection. So hands went up. And he said, okay, put your hand up if you're dealing with time as being like a big objection you're getting. And hands went up. And he said, what's funny right now? I asked you guys what objections you were getting. You guys gave me the responses, but when I asked you who was dealing with time, only half the room's hands went up. And then when I said money, the other half, their hands went up. So how come you guys are selling the same idea, the same product, but are getting different objections? So he goes, let me tell you a story about myself that's going to help solve all these objections and problems you're facing. So he was talking about when he first got into the sales industry, he was selling a lot and he was doing very well, but he kept getting this one objection of time. Like the person sitting in front of him said, I don't have time for this right now. And he was getting really frustrated because he's like, I know I have a good sales presentation. I know I have a great product and service. I know I'm finding the need, but why do I keep getting this problem, this objection? And so one day it dawned on him. He realized that he was getting the time objection because he didn't have control of his own time in terms of time management. He always felt very hurried. He felt very rushed. His place was always in disarray, so his mind was always running really, really fast, and he felt like he didn't have enough time. And so when you understand projection is perception and the whole idea of that, your entire life is run by that. And so if you're getting a certain situation or circumstance and you can't figure out why, don't look outside as being the problem of the situation. You have to look inside and figure out why is that happening. I even went through that myself. Like I was doing meetings and calls and I was working really, really, really hard, but yet the results weren't coming and I was getting very frustrated. And the more frustrated I got, guess what? The more frustrated the people I was speaking to were, and the more frustrated, and do you see the whole thing? I kept focusing on why things weren't working, and I kept getting more of that situation. And so when it comes down to relationships, business, it doesn't really matter. When things are showing up in front of you, be very aware, and then ask yourself, what am I focused on? What do I need to control? And then when that happens, you'll be able to solve that situation or that problem. Bob Proctor said to me one time, he says, when you have chaos in the mind, you're going to have chaos on the outside. So when you create order in the mind, you're going to have order in the outside. And if you're working with people don't like being around chaotic individuals. They like being around people who are very calm and confident and know where they're going. And so I had to look inside and say, okay, what can I do to control my emotions, my energy, and then when I'm going out and communicating with people to make sure that they feel that. And so once I got order inside of myself, things started going a lot more smoothly for me and everyone around me. All right? So you create every situation and circumstance, and if you can understand that one idea, you're going to be able to control really anything that comes your way.